You know, when we first came to the museum here, just again, we love to be armed with knowledge. And the staff here was so incredibly engaging and thoughtful as they walked us through better understanding the history of New Orleans. And not just walking through and looking at the art and all the stories that they tell, but for us, they also gave us material to read. I think I have 2 or 3 books at home, so when people ask us questions, you know, I can answer them about New Orleans. But again, the team here is just incredible. And you've got former Imagineers, Disney cast members that work here too, which again, a great storyteller and a great docent that has been on the journey with us for the past couple of years.
Yeah, I'm going to back it up just a little bit, because if you remember, when we were in just the heart of our ideation and our development, we were still in a pandemic, right? And the world was closed down. So we had an opportunity to initially reach out to the staff, who have been so generous with their time. And they answered a lot of our questions, even before we had the privilege of being here. So then once we got here, in terms of, you know, we gave them a little bit of what our story was, the direction we were going. So by the time we got here, they had curated an experience for us just to make sure that, you know, the things that we were looking for, the things we had discussed were readily available to us. And we've made several trips here. We brought, you know, through formal tours, and the archives have been opened up, and it's just been an amazing, amazing partnership. When it was mentioned that, you know, they collect things, it's like everything is here. We were looking at the art of the time period. We were looking at the furniture of the time period. We were looking at the dynamics of the city and the trajectory of the city, and who the movers and shakers in the city have been since that time period that would have influenced Tiana and her story and her environment. And all of that has been available to us. So this has been an amazing partnership, and we're so grateful that they have opened up their doors and have been so willing to work with us.
Yeah, a grounding experience for all of us here. And again, I can't even tell you, probably upwards of maybe 10 to 12 or more Imagineers have been through this exhibit to learn, to understand. So again, yes, the immediate core team has been here, but we've had dozens come through. Because you really want a team that has an understanding of why we're here and why the story is important, and why, from architecture to graphics to colors to style, why all of that is so important, telling a story that's authentic.
Yeah, and that just reminds me of something I don't think that we pointed out to, because our both creative teams and our design teams are very diverse. Everybody comes from a different background, and we had a number of people who had very little exposure, not only to the New Orleans area, but to Southern culture and traditions as well. So it was really key to provide an opportunity for everybody to be immersed, because as our designers are designing and they're putting things that are outward facing to our guests, we need them to feel confident, right, in their design. And so this partnership and the opportunities to come and to research here have been really integral to helping us accomplish that goal.
Now, just piggybacking on that, again, when I think about Walt Disney Imagineering, you know, and how we create things that the world has an opportunity to experience, having people that have this kind of, you know, background to kind of walk this museum, walk these streets and better understand it, they're better for it. And again, it breaks down barriers when we think about culture and race and generation and lifestyle and language. I mean, here, I remember we had a whole team, you probably saw it in the video, we were at Xavier, and just understanding how dialect changes from ward to ward, how even music changes and art changes. And we learned a lot of that here, but again, when you take your team on a trip, they're better. And the next project that they're on, they want to replicate that experience. And so again, being here at the Historic Collection has many, many different meanings for us and opportunities.
So just that all of you will have an opportunity to experience a little bit of what we were able to experience as a part of our journey.
Great. Thank you, Carmen Smith Charita.